We are back with a game called Buy or Sell. Hey, Jeff, Saturday, are you buying or selling the Dallas Cowboys as a playoff team?
Oh, no chance. Absolutely not. They are the get-right game for everybody, especially defensively. I don't care how much you're asking of Dak, how much you're paying Dak. The defense can't stop a bloody nose. This is trouble for the Cowboys. No. So going to the playoffs, Jerry, man, just call it a day. Let's rebuild for next year.
You can sell it, but who gonna buy it? Like if you watch that game, it's hard to have confidence in this team, and it's a series of games where that defense just seems unfit.
Can't get right.
Okay. Quickly, Graz, the thing about the Cowboys, the offense, in theory, could carry them, but they're banged up too now. This C.D. Lamb thing looked much worse than they were making it seem.
High ankle sprain, going to miss some time. Also, Tyler Booker, one of their guards, he is out for some time with an ankle sprain as well. So banged up on offense. And yes, that has to be their strength. That has to carry their team.
Next one, Dominique, are you buying or selling the 49ers as legit Super Bowl contenders in the NFC?
Yeah, I'm selling the 49ers given the amount of injuries that they've had. And also, I think you have to look at the rest of the NFC. I'm not sure that we picked this 49ers team over the Rams or even the Seahawks at this point. I know they beat the Seahawks in week 1 in the close games. And then we haven't even gotten to the Eagles yet or the Bucks, which are impressive. So, I think the 49ers are well-built, a well-run program and will be competitive, but real contenders in NFC, I don't think so.
Nick Bosa now out for the year. It's a mess. J-Mac, how about the Chargers? Are you buying or selling them as Super Bowl contenders?
Well, Jeff and Nick are doing all the selling. Somebody's got to buy. I'm buying the Chargers. Have you watched Justin Herbert this year? He's looked like the best quarterback in the NFL when he's out there on the field. I am buying this team. Their defense is really good. They're playing well. Right now, 3 weeks through the season, I'm buying the Chargers. 3 weeks through the season, I'm buying.
He got hit 14 times on Sunday.
Yeah, wow.
The Rashawn Slater absence is showing up, and he's doing everything he can to make up for it. That's a tough way to go through a 4 or 5 month season.
It is a tough way. He's a big, strong guy, though. Did you see when he threw a game-winning touchdown through a defensive lineman? It's hard not to be confident. I love the way the defense is playing, but they got to clean up the breakdowns in coverage. They give up way too many big plays. I think they could have lost that game if Bo Nix was more accurate. There were a number of big plays that were open because their coverage was blown. They're a physical defense. They're very good. They're very smart. They do good coverage match, but they have breakdowns.
Yeah, when I look at their offensive line, and to your point about Herbert getting pressure, they're much better moving forward than they are going back right now. And they got to figure that part out because the Ben Roethlisberger model of taking teams to the playoff is a long road. Your body's going to get hit quite a bit. Now, the Broncos up front, and the Broncos can create pressure. So you did face one of the best. So at least if you're going to give up hits, at least you're giving up to somebody who can do that week in and week out. Find a way to win. You got to respect where they're at.
You can't have a better start. They're 3-0 in all divisional games.
Hey, no, they're looking great. I mean, and he is fantastic. He makes throws other people cannot make. I'm just saying, you got it. 14 is way too many times to get your quarterback.
No doubt about it. I think, but as you look across the AFC, you can pick up the other teams and find things with them as well.
Sure.
You look at the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore, the issues that they have. The Chargers are right there.
Indianapolis Colts.
Elite coaching it makes a difference in the NFL more than it does in any other sport, and Jim Harbaugh is an elite coach. Okay, anybody hungry?
Yeah.
I thought we played complimentary football. We did exactly what we said we needed to do.
They pitch to Gibbs. Touchdown! And the Lions back up by 7.
Crazy right now. 3 games straight that happened in my career. Fumbles in critical moments.
Hey, this is a heck of a ball game. 4th and 2. Amon-Ra! Throw and catch! Unreal! This is an 8-point win for the Lions to get to 2-1.
It was a statement win last night for Detroit, and it's getting late early in Baltimore. They're 1-2. They're at Kansas City this week. As Graziano said in our meeting this morning, one of those 2 teams is going to be 1-3. Meanwhile, the Texans and Rams are on the horizon as well, so the road to the top of the AFC doesn't look smooth. And Lamar Jackson last night after the game said he's fully aware of where his team sits.
I feel like week 1 was a wake-up call. Not just this loss. Week 1 was a wake-up call. Last week was a wake-up call, because we started off slow last week. And, we got beat tonight. Lions had a great game plan. I feel like offense and defense for those guys played great. We just got to find a way to win.
So, Dominique, sort of representing the Ravens fans, for those of you just getting up and joining us, saying...
Did you know that?
I didn't get elected?
Listen now.
We have you speaking on their behalf.
Okay.
And the idea is, no, you're not panicking. Right. Obviously, this is still a very good team. Obviously, they'll still be heard from before it's all said and done. But I was thinking the one danger, like we're going to talk about the Chargers a little later, the one danger of missing opportunities, of being there and missing out, is you never know when those opportunities go away. Someone sneaks up and gets you.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the Chargers, maybe it's the Colts. One of these things, like these teams are coming, and the Ravens just keep knocking on the door, and maybe at some point it starts to go the wrong way.
I mean, I think the landscape around them is changing. It's getting more and more competitive. They're occasionally losing players and losing coaches. Like, that's going to happen. I think the way that you're thinking is right for most teams. But there's a couple of teams, specifically in the AFC, that have a guy that I feel like no matter what, the window's going to be open as long as Josh Allen is there, as long as Lamar is there, as long as Patrick's there. They're going to find a way to continue to rebuild. I thought the Ravens' window closed earlier in this run, and then all of a sudden they're better than they were before. So it may not, it feels like the window's always going to be cracked as long as you have an MVP caliber quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with that portion offensively. The problem for me is the defense continues to get worse. And last night was a physical whipping. It wasn't scheme. It wasn't blown big plays on the back end that we can tie up. This was, we're going to line up, run between the tackles, and we're going to move bodies out of the way. And the truth is, over there's not a lot of replacements that are come in and like shut the run down. There's not a lot of guys over there that are going to create a pass rush one-on-one. So you put your defense in vulnerable positions by creating a pass rush or trying to make sure you can shut the run down. That, to me, is the bigger issue. You have to see these guys come out because it's based on reputation for the Ravens right now instead of what's really happening on the field.
And as I look at Baltimore, I think it comes down to the moments for them. Defensively, they're in both of these ball games, whether it was Buffalo, whether it was the Lions. Who's the guy that steps up and makes a play?
That's right.
We talked about last year, they were giving up big plays. They draft Malachi Starks. They went in a direction, bringing in Jair Alexander, Awuzie in the back end to fix some of those issues. But now it comes down to, in the fourth quarter, not giving up touchdowns in Buffalo.
That's right.
In the fourth quarter, getting a big stop in a game when you really need it. So to me, that is more of the issue. Hey, they were 1-2 last year, losing to the Raiders, and they were able to bounce back and have a really good season. You're not concerned, but you want to see guys step up.
They had them inside the 5-yard line, and they broke out of that and went on a scoring drive, specifically in the fourth quarter. That's tough, Dan.
Yeah, I think I'm not worried about the Ravens. Again, 1-2 last year, they're fine. But these early games could end up mattering. The Week 1 loss to Buffalo is maybe the most important game any two teams will play in the AFC all year, because Buffalo's, the rest of their schedule doesn't look tough at all. I don't know when their next loss is. And now, if you're tied with them, then you have to go to Buffalo in the playoffs. And we saw how that went for the Ravens last year. So, yeah, they can't. We're talking about them differently than we're talking about the Chargers or the Colts, right? Can they break into this group? They're already in that group.
That's right.
The question is, can they elevate beyond it? And they're hurting their chances to do that with these early season.
There are very few teams that have not won a title about whom we say it's championship or bust, and they are one of them. Buffalo's another. We'll see.